You know not I, and vice versa. I prefer my words lifted from a page when I'm on stage. Otherwise, you mightn't get the best and or worst of the words for us to engage. Reciting don't mean that you can even read. Reading don't mean that you can write, and writing don't mean you can recite. But if the ish is tight, then the audience is gonna be like, ting, whether you're reading or reciting. Then let us not forget to remember when Shakespeare kicked it squircular. Say it, Othello. Her father loved me, oft invited me, still questioned me the story of my life from year to year. The battles, sieges, fortunes that I have passed, I ran it through, even from my boyish days to the very moment that he bade me tell it, wherein I spake of most disastrous chances, moving accidents by flood and field, of hairbreadth escapes in the imminent deadly breach, of being taken by the insolent foe and sold to slavery, of my redemption thence, importance in my traveler's history, wherein of Antar's vast deserts idle, rough quarries, rocks, hills whose heads touch heaven, it was my hint to speak. Such was my process, and of the cannibals, and of the anthropophagi and men whose heads grew beneath their shoulders, these things to hear would Desdemona seriously incline. But still the house affairs would draw her thence. Whichever as she could, with haste dispatch, she'll come again, and with a greedy ear devour up my discourse. Welcome to Majestical Lips. I want to introduce tonight our feature. Give them a big round of applause. From Cali,
got some difficult days ahead.
Deaf Poetry Jam poet. Give it up for Devine.
Because I've been to mountains. Like anybody, I would like to live.
I give thanks and praise. I give thanks and praise. I give thanks and praise to me and my relations, to Mother Earth. Praises, praises for my heavenly birth. I give thanks and praise to the Father who made me in the likeness of his image. For I am that I am, the ancient torchbearer fire in this hour. This is the true living age of enlightenment, Aquarius. The wisdom of the ancient one is being poured in us to taste the everlasting truth, God's truth, revealing my supremely great mind, using word, sound, power to show my omnipresent force that is divine, awakening the Kundalini fire penetrated through my spine, meditating on heights defying space and time, returning to the void and nothingness where thought was brought from darkness into light. Rewind, rewind, the wisdom rushes in like Niagara Falls. Water transforms into mist, existing in all. Fire burn your carnal self like God made man. Take that fall to earth where we once crawled. To ask the God from within, how can we who be me take a stand? Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. That's why I repent to ask the Ancient of Days to come home again. Come in, come in, come in, so I can fly. Not a belief, but a known fact in my third eye, to a place I know I won't die, because I'm one I and I and the Most High, the maker, the owner, the cream of the earth, Father of civilization, God of the universe, a blessing, not a curse. Nothing is rehearsed but a sign of 7 days of perfection in my heavenly birth. Angelic serenity, master of divinity. I have verse with their new Naki, and they do speak to me that I'm the savior to be here in this new millennium. So make the doubters see. Ancient of days shines through me like generations that came before me. Ancient of days shines through me like generations that came before me. Born prophet to ascend into angelic serenity, sacred pipe holder of medicine, sit down to heal the parasite that dwells in the mist, blazed out with one hit of hydroponic spiral spliffs, here to prescribe herb for all man fractured man-made disease. I have the cure for cancer, immune deficiencies, clogged arteries, diabetes, and STDs. First, you should fast instead of eating breakfast, because that's not a part of the divine law of heaven and earth. Vegetation is birth, provided by Mother Earth, which is the first law of preservation, not the ideal survival of the fittest in Western indoctrination. Love your holistic temple, for that's the real survival. I said, love your holistic temple, for that's the real survival. Asking for the blessings to protect mind, body, and spirit from disease. My diet consists of beans, lentils, and peas, nuts and fruits with herbs like garlic and parsley. Ancient days come in, come in, come in. The Egyptian goddess Niat is the head of my divination. Engraved on my tombstone of life is the scales of justice, wearing your conscious heart with a feather of virtuous guidelines. I see people's souls. I see people's souls who are heavier than a feather, breath of life infected like the weather, for they will be sent back to the mental realm of illusion, and their paradigm in this lifetime will be with the evil spirits that feed on their jealousy, greed, envy, and hate. Ignorance is contagious. That's why I'm annihilating any fool who's not paying homage to the yoke of knowledge that was present in my mother's womb. Yoga, the positions of alignment governed to open up the gateway to the supernova, total blissfulness. I give thanks and praise for me and my relations to Mother Earth. Praises, praises for my heavenly birth. Ashe.
Yes.
It's $100 prize for the person who basically scores the highest, and we should be selecting some relevant judges.
We got judges.
So we're gonna ask for some judges. But basically, rules of Islam is usually this: you have 3 minutes to present whatever you feel. It's usually judged off of tone, diction, creativity, presentation, you know, all that and some. But it's really about presenting what you feel, because to come up here is a gift, and sharing that's the real premise. There's no booing, there's no talking. You know, you give everybody respect when they, you know, are speaking or saying whatever they feel. And even if somebody makes a mistake, clap, show love. We embrace everything. There's no mistakes. So that's one of the key things to Islam. Also, if I'm not mistaken, are we having a timer? We have a timer that will actually be, you know, clicked and stated when 3 minutes hit.
Are the judges in place?
Judges are pretty in place.
And predict when the earth shakes. So be stupid to follow prophets, that's horrible. I added, and I think it's actually sad. People want this to happen. That's why I want to find peace around, no limits in rapping, explain pictures with words, exploring my passion. How my music touches your heart and reaches the masses. With rhymes that make your body rock, I call it lyrical action.
They wanna murder me verbally, but how can they? Cause they never heard of me. Normally I kill governments and spit them out orally, send them to surgery for bleeding internally. They have to be stopped for not living morally. Formerly, I wanted to be a celebrity, but it never dawned on me to read books and grow mentally. Now all I want to do is rush the White House and turn it to Burgundy, keep a low pro and skip out to Germany. The Patriot Act is thoroughly observing me like a destructive anomaly, but I'm a revolutionary poet, and for that I have no fucking apologies. Especially for those who want to privatize life with corporate monopolies. What bothers me is the philosophy of poverty and unchecked sovereignty. They may be on to me, but it's honesty because the time belongs to me. It was written in prophecy.
Alright, give it up.
A random disclaimer, my shit is radical. You call yourself a Christian. On Sunday, you got a seat reserved in church. But Monday through Saturday, you sniff coke, smoke dope, and lift up all the bitches' skirts. You tell me the blood of the Lamb, Jesus, is the only thing that will set me free. But then you want my mind, my soul, my time, and my money. You do horrible things in the name of a religion that you can't comprehend. Then you defend these horrible things to the bitter end. But I can't pray to Jesus. It might be sad, but it's true. Of course, I'd rather be damned than to think like you.
Right now. All right.
Now you call yourself a Muslim. To Allah, towards the east, you pray. But didn't I see you order some pork fried rice at Mr. Lee's the other day? And you trying to blow yourself up anyway? And didn't you throw acid in the face of the woman whose only sin was the state of mind that you was in? Suicide is a sin in any religion, and you want me to join the one that you're in, talking about 72 virgins? Now you call yourself a Catholic. Say my words will be my death, but isn't that altar boy I smell on your breath? And aren't you the Catholic priest that demanded that I confess? Hey, altar boy, come here. Pull down your pants, leave them near your feet, and come get a shot of his holy meat. Now you're calling me an atheist. You say that I'm on the wrong track, but you didn't hear me scream for Jesus when that bullet hit me in my back, and you don't hear me pray to Allah I don't get locked up for standing out there selling that crack, and you didn't hear me say thank you, Mother Mary, for bringing my little baby back. Now, before you criticize my metaphors and my lyrical, let me let you understand that I am universally spiritual.
All right. Even though there is no more marching and no more picket signs, there's still a war going on. It's being held in the mind, fought with dollar signs on an economic battlefield, where the officials don't give a hell how you feel or what team you so-called represent. They'll still shoot you off the fence right in the name of them dead presidents. So I stay aware of the unclear in my atmosphere. Keep my mind ready, steady like a rocket, because I'm focused on fattening up my pockets. So I could cop me an AK and a couple hand grenades, man. I got plans on how to get my hands on them brands in a couple different ways, because I gotta make change, and change don't come easy. What's the top?
J'aime les hommes, à en crever, à en bander, à me lier comme un fou. J'aime les hommes, et pas l'humanité, j'aime les hommes comme un cow-boy, comme une madone, comme une coupe de maille. Playboy, à en oublier le temps. Quand on aime les hommes, ils ont toujours 18 ans. J'aime le goût d'un homme, exhausteur de goût, glutamate de sodium, je mate. Comme quand j'étais petit, les éclairs, pâtisserie, c'est con, c'est bon un homme, et c'est encore meilleur quand il y en a plusieurs. Et comme pour les éclairs, the longer, the better.
Wow, wow. Bizarre. B-I-Z-A-R-D. B-I-Z-A-R-D. Heard me? Heard me? So, right now we're gonna get Devine to spit one of them fire pieces. If you want to hear Devine again, make some noise. Y'all make some noise. Give it up. Devine.
Babble, 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 Babylon. Babble, 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 Babylon. Babylon, the late great. What is her fate? Is the past, the present, or the present, the past. I laugh because Babylon, the late great, gets blast because of the mass hysteria. Playing through the seat of King Nebuchadnezzar, the original progeny of the devil who built an idol temple against all odds to rebel because of the desire for this hell. On planet Earth where Satan, fallen angels rebel, witches, warlocks cast evil spells, men, sex, and Jezebel while living in sin, lusting and fucking other men, not acknowledging the God from within, but paying homage to the wind in Sodom and Gomorrah. Is it the past or present horror as the devil plans his new world order across all borders? Money is a true living a mark of the beast which is dead, and you spend it every day to stay 2 steps ahead. While the federal mafia, that's the only crime syndicate breaking bread, and Bin Laden is wanted dead, not alive, but was paid millions of dollars to serve as a CIA agent to help the Bush family pull off this demise. For what? World dominance, because the great harlot Queen Elizabeth is falling to enter the red dragon of John Paul II. The fire keeps burning in this hour, and these so-called American patriotic citizens, you know, the ones who keep praising this system, which is a lie. You all should die because it's always casualties of war, and Big Brother is knocking at the door, so enlist or resist this fascist system known as Rome, home of Julius Caesar's throne, where the morning star is shining so bright in the day and night, and chaos is now right for the Gentile who looks up to the rich.
Yeah. Put your hands together, show some love. You know, I think we should want to make every poet feel the love that's in the room every time, because the more we make them feel that, the more exciting evening we're gonna have. So this first poet Let's make them feel the love. Adequate. Give it up for Adequate.
So many illogical arguments get recycled in everyday conversations when vindicating the Bible. Defending the superstition with no faith is unreliable, no vital to your resistance or any means to your survival. I tend to ignore these hypocrites because I know when I'm being lied to. If you don't bring knowledge to the table, I easily despise you. So I close you and invite you to an open discussion. We use your brain before you start to sound the gun bumping. Most people say nothing. In most debates, I trump them. They let the emotions get in the way when they're debating something. They're always slow to listen, always itching to speak. You cut me off, so I know you ain't listening to me. Your ideas are faulty, the pictures are weak. Put to pull out scriptures like robbers that creep with the heat. Outdated principles easily suffer defeat. You're not deep, I suggest you think before you speak. Yeah, you better think before you speak, cause you don't want to run into a rational person like me. You don't want me to have you question everything you believe and change your whole perception of how you view reality. I'm brutally honest, but most say I'm mean. You can take back what you said, even with the time machine. Remain inferior while I remain mentally supreme. And remember when you talk to me to think before you speak. And to the arrogant douchebags, that can't last 2 minutes without shutting up. Here's a news flash. Yelling to get hysterical won't get your views past as rational ideas. If you don't like it, then that's too bad. It's too sad you feel the need to be instigating. I conclude most people don't have the slightest clue on what's a decent conversation. Isn't that the point of debating? To at least giving a chance to make a solid point in your statements? I mean, I'm just saying. It doesn't hurt to listen. It can detect vital flaws in your opponent's position, but you're not paying attention. You're still running your mouth and arguing about things you know nothing about. Running the circles, that's why I'm not hearing you out. They get yourself into a grave you will never get out. I know they bitter, that's why they get angry and shout. So think twice the next time you open your mouth.
Okay, he's ready. He wanted to do this, right? He was like, I can't wait for this. Hey, I was forced to go back to the lab with a pen and a pad to design a rhyme to make it fit into the square root of 3 minutes time. I know you was feeling my last flow and how it was majestically projected. Next time I'll put it into a syringe and have you inject it. And although my last track was too long and I got ejected, my man IET Blues gave me my props cause I wrecked it. Okay, enough with the intro. What about the children that have been neglected? Well, you knew I was gonna come with some deep shit. That's expected, because we need to have our minds reconnected so that we can recall our history to teach our seeds so that they won't be misdirected, or else life for them will surely be hectic. These thoughts of mine run deep and my metaphors are scientifically selected. Step to me with some bullshit and you get thoroughly disrespected. You don't like my vibe? Then disconnected. But before you do, listen to my flow as I rip lines to act as a septic. America is dying, so call the paramedics. She's got a gaping hole at her side with no anesthetic. She's bleeding real bad, but I'm not apologetic. Because 50 years from now, you're gonna realize that my poetry was poetically prophetic. Where did I get that information from? I read it. American history, I dissected. That's when I first learned that Boricuas were being disrespected. Now my thoughts are like prayer. They're meant to be reflective. I take your laws, throw them in jail, and have them molested. Then I have you and your family picked up and arrested. Because these are my laws now, so don't bother to contest it. Because you should have learned when I first protested. But now you must be removed because your mind has been infected. And stay out of the sun because your skin's recessive. How do I know your history? Because I'm a historical detective. You see, the only way to understand these stories is to have them orally ingested. Wait 5 minutes until they're completely digested. Let me take a breather now. Okay, now I'm fully rested. America is HIV positive, my words are clean because they have been tested. Obama is a threat to world order, so he must not be re-elected. Tolerating criminal politicians and CEOs will no longer be accepted. My rhymes are like semen. You'll be mentally impregnated regardless of the contraceptive. And when I hear Pac's poetry, my lower extremity becomes erected. Then I call upon my brethren Melchizedek so we can build by being mentally connected. And those who refuse to accept this knowledge are liable to be apoplectic. Because this poetry is so deep that I was prematurely selected. Because my lyrical combat skills have been honed and finally perfected. No more hiding your lies, America, for my third eye will detect it. And yes, in my sight for the overthrow of the government has been briefly suggested. Because our politicians are being bought and sold, not elected. And if I criticize the Jewish government for being criminal, I'm labeled anti-Semitic. Then you threaten my life to get me to stop, and it's not gonna work, so you might as well forget it. Because my poetic voice transcends the universe. While yours is microscopic. You taking this? Sheesh. Stop it. Because these thoughts are so profound that they travel subliminally or through fiber optics. Traveling through time to the planet synoptic. When me and Black Jesus studied the laws of the ancients that were written and Copted. Then we smoked the blunt and woo! That weed was hypnotic. Then I found myself in God's library, found the book of life, so I copped it. And after this poetry shit is over, I'm gonna say, damn God, you rocked it.
Random disclaimer. Plagiarism is the greatest form of flattery. That was some hot shit you just kicked there. I want to burn my fucking book. Got all the black bitches mad because my main bitch vanilla. I'm trying to get my groove back like Stella. So I grabs me a young yella. When it comes to the perception of my shit, I'm Helen Keller. When it comes to the perfection of my shit, I know you smell this rectum. I'm like a chromosome, I always X them. I'm moving weed steps and attacking with deadly weapons. I open up a church to sell coke and Led Zeppelin. Fuck Mary in her ass. Yo. Fucking Goldilocks up in the forest in them 3 bear house eating they motherfucking porridge. I tell her it's my house, give her a tour at the basement and keep that bitch locked up in my storage. Rape her and record it, then edit it with more shit. I could put some special effects that wet bitches be banging, yo please. Never disrespect my set. With cannons hanging from my neck like it's a motherfucking circus. Y'all little niggas better check my French.
The rebel is back in the building, back in the zone, back at home on the microphone. Told y'all in the last poem is go hard or go home, so to hell with your feelings is what I'm screaming. Young homies, master your emotion, do a little yoga, get your ass up off the sofa. Let's get these rovers, let's get this cheddar, man. It's now or never in this world of bad weather, the shit, the road ahead is paved with broken promises. And I'm just trying to live, you know, better than how it is a month ago, so no mercy be the motto. No, the brain is on autopilot, cruise control, destination over the rainbow. Not to get to odds, but to beat the odds of my environment without becoming a statistic of my pigments. So you know, I move like I got something to prove. Please don't get it confused, cause confusions only lead to illusions. And I'm so elusive like a subliminal message in the music. In a way of unconvention, my mental mind state of conception is quasars far beyond being human. And you can see the beauty of my doing in the history of my ruins. Oh, what a marvelous mess I've made with the freedom in my heart and the ambition in my gaze. From behind these shades, I dictate a daydream, a fantasy, morph it into the reality that you see right here. Your greatest fear, America's nightmare, supervillain of the year, period.
Right. Je t'aime. Tu me files ta gold, s'il te plaît? Une coupe de cristal dans une coupe en cristal, pour un rail de cristal par une paille en cristal. C'est bon, c'est frais. Vas-y, à toi. Sur la piste, toutes les couleurs. Des bleutés bleus, des dorés or, des rouges et rouges. Et ton corps qui court à 100 à l'heure. Comme ondule ton cul le long des lignes de son et module son faciès aux facéties de la boule à facettes. Je t'aime. Au faune, le numéro d'un escort boy, même pas majeur. Je gage, c'est un tueur au pieu. Nos blisters obligés, ça glisse, c'est trop beau. Je songe à sa forme oblongue à fond des gorges dans la gorge. Et d'orgasme me regorge. Je t'aime. J'aime le goût du sperme. La vie a-t-elle un terme? Je pars à ma mesure et puis encore. Une coupe de cristal dans une coupe de cristal par un rail de cristal, par une paille en cristal. Je t'aime. Dans la piscine de la pisse et du sang, le corps a glissé, la chair, le chlore a piqué. Ça scintille dessus la piscine comme au ciel, où l'avion recèle peut-être une bombe en otage. Je trace une ligne blanche, fille de kérosène, et flash, une ligne tranche mes pupilles de vermeil. Je t'aime. Dans l'air, une musique pleine de beats, rythme au rythme du rythme de ma muse et sa bite. Ses cuisses de Dolce déshabillées essuient la soie du coussin en damas d'or et donnent à l'air l'odeur de son odeur quand contre le corps les gouttes de sueur s'explosent. Pareil à leur sœur du cristal, quand on le sabre. Le bonheur s'envoie en l'air. Et je t'aime. Les bulles habitent au cristal et naissent au cling du cristal, ondulant en ligne, tel un orgasme qui plane jusqu'à la surface. Et plus grand chose pour sauver la face. Je t'aime. Très au loin vivent des enfants, là où vit le diamant. Le diamant raye même le cristal. Si je lève les yeux, je vois des étoiles dont des enfants recèlent peut-être le brillant en otage. Et déjà le cristal me voile d'éther. Que ce serait beau que l'avion baise la terre. Je t'aime.
Hold up.
Sorry, English.
Yeah, sure. Well, actually, it's the whole text is a trip. I mean, I'm really tripping. I mean, it's talking about drug. I mean, music, dance, sex, and money. And also like travel, things like that. So, I mean, Je t'aime is I love you. And then I'm just going around the images. I'm really playing with sonorities, but along with like just going with the flow of that. And this what I'm repeating this sentence. Une coupe de cristal dans une coupe en cristal pour un rail de cristal par une paille en cristal means a glass of crystal, I mean of champagne in a glass.
That's the one line that we all got.
Okay.
I saw great men reach and kept, was not attained by sudden flight. While their companions slept, they were toiling upward through the night, gathering time, gathering. It's full time, mother have, father have. Blessed is the child that has his own. You are a big man, no, and a king. Sit on his own throne. So what I want, tell me what I want. Serious thing, where we see I go take place. What I want, tell me what I want. Then I want plant the peas, then I want plant the corn. So later on, famine I go on. Hey. Cause right now I'm gathering time, gathering. It's full time. Yo, enough can see forward than the corner shop. Just around the corner. When Mr. Chin lock in place, tell me what you gonna do. You're planting flowers, not planting food. When time gets rude, man a gonna man. He gonna get rid of danger. The gathering. All right, bless the Lord.
You're still taking
Good.
what's not yours.
Let me have
Really
one.
though you got more. Switching on me now, snitching on me now. Picking up dirty attitudes. What's your future then? I'm not sure. Now you learn from every corner. Trying to make $1 from them quarters.
Pardon-moi. Your American dream. Pardon-moi, excuse me for interrupting your American dream, but I can't sleep, I'm homeless, and I can't eat, I'm foodless, and I can't read, I'm in bliss. Pardon-moi, no, I don't have a home, yes, do have a hood, a piece of real estate to roam and feel good. I own it not, yet it owns me, finds me, refines me, defines me, hood gate and hood speak. Owns me, finds me, refines me, defines me, one on her forehead like a government stamp. Harlem, Detroit, Cincy, the Natty, Compton, Watts, Negril, Jamaica, San Juan, Port-au-Prince, Southeast DC, and me, Arbor Hill, never ran, never will, Summer Hill, North Trenton, North Trenton makes, and the world takes. Excuse me for interrupting your American dream, but still I can't sleep because I'm homeless, and I can't leave because I'd be missed.
Hey yo, I spit it for the homies to stay steadily ripping, like pulling muscles from lifting weights, heavily spitting like semi-autos and AKs. Y'all better make way and save faith before you get disgraced and replaced. For peace sakes, I'm not stunning none of these cowards. The way I kill tracks, put me on the first 48. I leave no evidence behind so they can't investigate. My music is the perfect crime cause I make no mistakes. No relation to whack MCs. If you notice, most are only in it just for the cheese. Like a sophist, the vultures. That's why the game seems to be hopeless. Because money and fame makes rappers lose focus. I'll be damned if I'm a one-hit wonder that gets forgotten that was relevant until his album dropped and no one copped it. So 7 for my skills, 8 for dedication, 9 and 10 for struggling DJs and MCs across the nation. 1 for the DJ, 2 for the MC, 3 for the listener that's vibing to me. 4 for the lyrics, 5 for the bass drop, and 6 for the greatest of all times, hip-hop. I spit it for the homies that stay steadily spinning and scratching the 1-2s. You're my muse, so I keep spinning. And music's what I'm living. I got no time to waste. And I'm always being on point just like your beats and breaks. These new beats they make on some ABC shit. That's why these new rappers only flow ABC spit. And the fans are getting bored, but they stay faithful regardless, even though most of the concepts are fucking lethargic. I remember listening to Cannabis is Retarded. Taught me how to be true as a lyricist and an artist. And from the day when I started to pick up the pen, I made a vow to never be mediocre again. First verse I wrote for this first verse, I scrapped it because I knew deep down I could have done better than that shit, and I know it's my responsibility as a rapper to make sure hip-hop moves forward and never move backwards. On that note, I'm gonna make sure that I practice so I can stay sharp in the razors. I'll never be stagnant. I gravitate closer to hip-hop like opposite magnets and treat this beat like an assault and always attack it. That's it.
Drip. As my pen drips and the scribbled words begin to caress these lines, it is for your mental perusal that I have meticulously designed this rhyme. So pay attention to the storyline. Sit back and feel the metaphors working within the confines of your mind, hoping to stir some cranial activity, activating a revolutionary consciousness and numbing your passivity. Open you up to new ideas and awaken your creativity. Because the way we live in the day, it's not only a shame, it's a damn pity. Really, mentally starving. They stole your will to live, and it all began when you was a kid in the garden. All along the beast continues carving and robbing, deleting souls by those who traded in their white sheets for suits and ties at Yale and Harvard. Influencing social policy and filling your foods with byproducts. Man, don't get me started. I don't know about you, but this devilish system has me hot and bothered. Depleting natural resources, the growing humans in labs, so now they subsidizing human-producing farmers. Welcome. You just in time for the slaughter. If you want to avoid a complete cultural catastrophe, raise strong, intellectual, disciplined sons and daughters. Watch out, here comes the cold water. Now I'm free to speak, free to teach, but these creeps want to bleach my speech before I reach my peak. I'm writing as fast as I can to explain to you the truth so that you can see. Because tomorrow, I may be fast asleep. Recycled energy so the next man can see. Then we'll be one step closer to setting his people free. You feel me? Don't you agree? So I think it's time to stop, formulate a plot, Expose the rot and those on top. Don't worry, my words don't flip and my words don't flop. I call it like it is. I don't care if he's the president or not. Let the sister stay in the hood. He ain't nobody. And that goes for his crooked politicians and racist cops. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when these words hit you? Cause until my last breath, I'm never through criticizing you, spitting enlightenment. Consider my poetry my last will and testament. If I die today, it don't matter. At least God don't charge rent. Let me ask you, if there was a prophet in front of you, would you know if he was heaven sent? He's been here for years, so why you wonder where he went? An illmatic poet whose pen won't relent. Been labeled a misfit, because society lied to me. They told me Columbus discovered America and that Saddam had weapons of mass destruction. Conjunction function, that's like construction. That's why there's so much corruption. Part of the interruption, we interrupt this poem to bring you a special bulletin. We are living in dangerous and uncertain times. There's much to fear with our nuclear weapons in the hands of madmen. You know, those two cats, Uncle Sam and Uncle Ben. So organize and mobilize, and then agitate. And now back to our regularly scheduled poem. These revolutionary answers are for real, not a trend. I'll never submit to the system. I'll never bend, my friend, because the philosophy of stolen property is fear. Then spend. The religious are waiting for Jesus. They say he's coming back, but nobody knows when. So they'll die unfulfilled, poor and waiting, while the rich travel the world and push Mercedes-Benz. This lifestyle must come to an end. So it's either today or tomorrow, but the revolutionary spirit must begin.
All rise. Judge Haight and the jury return. The foreman, Ignorance, boldly leading the way. You see, though Miss Lead had felt more qualified for the position, he was not picked as foreman that day. With an air of excitement, they all filed in, a gleeful look of content on their Cheshire Cat grins. Silence fills the courtroom. Let the bullshit begin. Has the jury reached its verdict? Asked Judge Haight, venom dripping from his chinless face onto the scales of just us. If looks could kill, they surely would have that day. In the matter of the United States of the blind versus my criminal mind, again I say, has the jury reached its verdict? Yes, we have, says Ignorance, smiling ignorantly. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of the possession of knowledge in the first degree and the distribution of truth, fact, and reality. We also find him guilty of the attempted murder, of low self-esteem, mislead, racism, ignorance, and hatred. Pardon me. And a whole slew of other negatives. Morality let out a wail, and the defense, named Honesty, began to cry. And justice did what it normally does, turned a blind eye. Judge Haight, with a look of satisfaction chiseled on his face, growled, "I condemn you to silence." Mistrial. Honesty is a bad defense.
And this quick break. Now, time for an impression. Yes, you didn't know. I'm a poemedian. See, we liable to do anything, you know. So I'm about to do an impression. I've never seen this before anywhere. Like the Facebook game, you've never seen it anywhere else before on earth. Only here. You won't even see it at Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. You won't see it there. You won't. I promise you. You'll see tortured animals, but you will not see this impression there. This impression I'm about to do is an impression of the lead sperm getting caught in a condom. I trained in the conservatory for 3 years. The Stanislavski technique. Chekhov, Shakespeare, all of that. This is what I got. No. Excuse me, I need silence, please. I need silence, please. There we go. Oh! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Bullshit! Thank you.
Me deport a whole 14.
Even though there is no more marching and no more picket signs, there's still a war going on. It's being held in the mind, fought with dollar signs on the economic battlefield, where the officials don't give a damn how you feel, what team you so-called represent. They'll still shoot you right off the fence, all in the name of them dead presidents. So I stay aware of the unclear in my atmosphere. Keep my mind ready, steady like a rocket. Man, I'm focused on fattening up my pockets so I can cop me an AK and a couple hand grenades. Man, I got plans on how to get my hands on them grands in a couple different ways, cause gotta make change, and change don't come easy. Sometimes you gotta get a little grindy, a little greasy. Jump off in a nigga's face, snatch his food right off his plate. Show him that this is not a game, this is about the struggle and the pain, man. Fame, get the cash, it comes with the ass. Life is about survival, not about rules and regulations, restrictions of the Bible. Show me one man on this planet obeying the 10 commandments. Prove to me that there is milk and honey in the sky. After you flatline, there's only one fact, and the fact is we were born to die. We all just passengers passing by in between the space and time. So in the meantime, in between time, fight with all your might to get your mind right, then make that money stack, then give back to those who lack. Because it always seems that the poor got all the talent and the dreams, and not enough federal green, just the willing to drive to survive in the world of do or die, where people hate you for whatever you do. So as long as you be true to you, ball till you fall. Dollar, dollar bill, y'all.
J'accuse mon corps, j'accuse mes mains, j'accuse mes lèvres, j'accuse au plus profond de mon être, j'accuse ma chair, j'accuse tout. Nous avons joué toute la journée, Jacques a dit, assis, debout, sur le dos, sur le ventre, plus vite couché, se retourner, encore bouger, recommencer, ça m'a éclaté, je ne peux même plus arquer, j'ai trop bougé, je suis tout rouge, je gémis, j'accuse avec force, j'accuse avec violence, j'accuse à fond, et quand j'accuse, je crie, j'accuse tellement que je n'en peux plus. C'est un mal trop grand à l'intérieur de mon corps, c'est trop énorme, ça va trop loin. Ok, j'accuse moi-même souvent, j'ai un rapport au mot facile, j'accuse tout en moi à croire que je suis maso, vas-y. J'accuse moi-même à m'en faire mal, j'accuse ce corps des pieds à la tête, j'accuse mon épiderme, et j'accuse le fond de ma gorge, jusqu'à ce que le flot déborde à m'en gargariser. Quand j'accuse, parfois ça fait poème, mais la plupart du temps ça défonce comme un poing. Quand j'accuse direct, je m'en prends plein la gueule, je suis comme un con. Mais quand j'accuse, qu'il y ait au nom du gel sur ma peau, à l'intérieur je suis toujours chaud. Car quand j'accuse, c'est de l'amour, quand j'accuse. Jacques use mon corps. Jacques use mes lèvres. Jacques use mes jambes. Jacques use au plus profond de mon être. Jacques use ma chair. Jacques use tout. Nous avons joui toute la journée. Jacques a dit, assis, debout, sur le dos, sur le ventre, sur les genoux, plus vite bouger, se retourner, recommencer. Ça m'a éclaté. Je ne peux même plus. Ok, je suis tout rouge, je gémis. Jacques use avec force. Jacques use à fond. Et quand Jacques use, je crie. Jacques use encore et encore. C'est un mal trop grand à l'intérieur de mon corps. C'est trop énorme, ça va trop loin. Ok, Jacques, use-moi. Même à m'en faire mal, j'ai un rapport au mot facile. Jacques, use tout en moi, à croire que je suis maso. Vas-y, Jacques, use ce corps des pieds à la tête. Jacques, use mon épiderme. Hé, Jacques, use le fond de ma gorge jusqu'à ce que le flot déborde à m'en gargariser. Quand Jacques use, parfois ça fait ouais, mais la plupart du temps, ça défonce comme un poing. Quand Jacques use direct, je ne cherche pas à me protéger. Parfois ça dérape et je m'en prends plein la gueule. Je suis comme un con. Mais quand Jacques use, qu'il y ait au nom du gel, sur ma peau à l'intérieur, je suis toujours chaud. Car quand Jacques use, c'est de l'amour. Quand Jacques use.
Blessed love, my lord and empresses.
Yes.
All right. Zai, Ross, King Che, my people, you are. Africa in bondage today just because they approach spirituality to religion. Religion is a group of rules. Yeah. Spirituality is a network that links us to the Most High and each other. Yeah. So right now, rise and shine and take your stand. Rise and shine, royal Ethiopians. Rise and shine from your downfall. Rise and shine and take your stand. Rise and shine, royal sons and daughters. Rise and shine from your downfall. Yeah, why? I see a man in the mirror when I say to him, you got to be strong in the Gideon. Got to stand strong and you cannot be weak. Have to work hard if you want to achieve. Marcus tells us to be self-reliance, self-awareness in the Gideon. Hey, rise and shine and take your stand. Rise and shine, royal Ethiopians. Rise and shine from your downfall. Zai, Ross, King Chair.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
I'm loving the vibe over here. Just so you heard, my name's Kiko, and I'm about to get into this new song that I just wrote. It's called War Affects Reality. Everyone knows that's just the honest truth. So here we go. War. The effects of war, the effects of war. Two states battling affects us all. The effects of war, the effects of war. The outcome could leave you nothing left at all. There isn't any special effects involved. No movie script, bombs get set up. Missiles are launched, lives are lost. People are dead and all the bets are off. Family is losing everything they own. Loved ones gone, no more happy homes. Billy's body separated from his dome. Her only son was killed, now mama's all alone. Got shot strolling through the no-stroll zone. The opposition done killed a man well known. She once had a family, but that life's done. War affected her reality, she lost her son. The effects of war, the effects of war. Two states battling affects us all. The effects of war, the effects of war. The outcome could leave you nothing left at all. Children perceive what's really right is wrong. Sweet revenge becomes a daily song. As tanks storm in, the architectures fall. Blood and guts, Picasso the walls. Nothing left in them, no strength to crawl. Glory. Nothing left in them, no strength to crawl. Can't hear the cries with all the patriot talk. Glory and honor, yeah, I'm hearing y'all. But war profiteering is the true word talk. Senseless killings where that cowards walk. Tyrants make a profit, they're easily mocked. Then inflation starts. Necessities obviously need to be bought. No choice left but to run in the vaults. As the crime goes up and the time runs out, it's depressing the poor. People's pockets get torn and the vanquished get mourned. Never an honest report, so the media scorn. They say we win in the war as they tell us the score. So many dead in Iraq and the economy's flawed. Once was booming, but now it lacks. War affected my reality. My money's in rap.
Haití, Afro, Colombia. Estoy aquí, estoy allá. Nuestra madre es África. Todo el mundo de unidad. La familia tierra está acá, buen Dios está el alma, que lo que pase, liberación de Afro Colombia por ayudar a Haití. En 1851 abolición la esclavitud se fue, Haití a camper, la verdad sobresale. Canta conmigo, Haití, Haití y Afro Colombia, hijos de África, seguimos orgullosos de serlo en este siglo XXI. Para todo lo negro del mundo, historia, conciencia y triunfo, historia, conciencia y triunfo, 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 triunfo. Se creyó en New yeah. Africa n'a représenté. Tête ensemble avec mon Dieu. Haïti, j'ai n'a compé. L'histoire pas nous la vérité. Pour qui ça y voulait changer. Figui noir y a replacé. Mais nous connaissons ça qu'a passé là. Yeah, get your Africa on. Send that boy New Year freedom. Fathers, Maroons. 1804 riders, yeah, we up in your dome. Whether it be through revolutionary hip-hop or poems, yeah. Oui, tendez ça m'a dit. Y'a pas les tout ressources, nous et bien souffrir. Qui m'y a ça qu'on l'argent nous pour nous rebâtir. Y'a beaucoup une classe et les collèges. Moi haïtien, moi not compare. Yeah, we tired of the lies that we been peeping the game. How many others had to die before we see the real change? Know our history inside us, so just à des salines livrées. On te t'en c'est, tout le monde attendez-moi. Nous c'est mon original, c'est tout nous africain. They copied the stole our style through the sword and the pen. We were here in the beginning and we'll be here in the end. Louis fell off us again. Copy. They taught us to be fearful. Self-hatred, Mr. Scarecrow. They psyched us out talking about our hair is so dreadful. Yeah, that's why I rock my locks here since the ancient days, and we ain't gonna stop. Dark matter, non-ether, yo, this beat God hop. Banging straight through your speakers with this beat pawn lock. This beat that straight roots and culture where we free from pop. Our later styles never vaulted, yo, we define high. Yo, we be black dot. 360 we stop, positive karmic energy, spirally we clock. No need to beef on this mic, cause it's peace I got. Yo, when I spit what's come alive, harvesting like crops. Spiritually my locks. Hey yo, they breathe revelations, voiding negative energies by rechanneling vibrations. Inhale exhalations, exercising patience. Rock your locks, be astronaut, get high meditations. Soulful elevations, beautiful inspirations. Our locks are great and tan as cosmic keys to communication. Dip them in the ocean, feel refreshed, rejuvenated. Fling them in the air, let the breezes go and take them. Healing waters taken, golden browns and bacon. Raising up our frequency is powerful transformation. Respect yourself and health, the water created creatures gate them. Rock your locks, be astronaut. Rock your locks, be astronaut. Rock your locks, be astronaut, be natural, embrace them. This is for my lockheads. I'm rocking my lockway. I got all my lockheads going down here. This is the locks party. It's going down here. This is the locks party. Yeah, CMX raising the effect. Yeah, that's how it is.